Joined now in the booth by the commissioner of the New England Collegiate Baseball League, Sean McGrath. Mr. Commissioner, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here, Nick and Justin. It's always a pleasure to be here in Newport.
Bat and field, a couple scoreless frames so far. So I allowed one base runner as an error committed by the second baseman behind him, Harris, the 1-1. Just missed outside, 2-1. Mr. Commissioner, you and many other dignitaries now in town this weekend for, of course, the league's premier event, the NECBL All-Star Game.
You bet. We've been looking forward to it all year, and it's finally arrived. And there's no better setting than to be here in Cardines and Newport and to show off the best of the best in the NECBL in front of 30-plus Major League Scouts and a packed house. So everybody in attendance, it's a great experience, and for the players, it's a memory that they'll never forget.
2-1 pitches, cut on and miss, and the 2-2 is just outside. A full count here to Lockery, who comes in at 250, a homer, 8 RBI. Of course, both the Gulls and the Waves will be well represented here on a Sunday with half a dozen All-Stars apiece. The payoff pitch hit on the ground towards the right side. That's going to be scooped up by Brote. He'll underhand to the pitcher, covering the bag for the ground out. 3-1, and there's one away here in the third.
And now we're a couple games past the halfway point of the season, not a legitimate halfway point, but at the All-Star break, what have been your thoughts on the beginning of the year? It looked like Keene and Ocean State were going to run away with it, but right now, a lot of parity to go up and down.
Let's just say every general manager is scrambling to make sure their team stays healthy, fully stacked and supplied with position players and arms. Everybody's in it. Depending on tonight, there's going to be teams coming into the postseason and dropping out of the postseason. It's a very competitive race, and teams are going to have to stay healthy and avoid being tired this time of year. The teams that take care of their bodies the best, sleep, eat well, kind of keep that balance, are going to flourish throughout the end of the season, as well as the teams that have the best chemistry and want to stay here in the summer, and they don't move on mentally and put their minds at home or back getting ready for college season. The ones that are still committed to their host families, their community, the organization, and still enjoy showing up to the ballpark, that's the motivation that oftentimes will separate a couple games from here on out.
1-2 pitches fouled away. David Real hitting 186, a homer, 9 RBI, and second most strikeouts on the team with 25 through 24 games. 11 walks, though, for Real. They'll take a moment here and pick up that foul ball down there. Bat and field. He's yet to allow a hit through 2+ innings or a walk. Been solid this summer for Newport now. 8+ innings of work, just 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. The pitch is hit on the ground back to Battenfield on a hop. He'll underhand to first. And there are 2 away, 2 groundouts to the pitcher. 3-1. This one 1-3. Now, Mr. Commissioner, you mentioned could have 30, maybe even 40 or 50 scouts here, representing just about every Major League Baseball organization. And how important is it for these players here to perform on that game Sunday? Of course, those scouts have been watching them throughout the summer.
No, it's a great opportunity for them to showcase themselves, get their name in front of the scouts. Some of them already have reports written about them, whether it's from their college season or scout day. But when you make an all-star team in the NECBL and a few other summer collegiate baseball leagues, these scouts are writing a report on every single player who is in attendance. Once your name gets into the database, there's going to be a lot of follows. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get drafted.
The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground, right side, scooped up by Harris. He'll throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning on 3 groundouts for Battenfield. We'll keep it right here live as we continue on with the commissioner, Sean McGrath.
Certainly, because you're in the All-Star game doesn't guarantee that you're going to be drafted, but a high percentage, I'd probably say 60% of the players that you see on Sunday will be drafted. On average, throughout the course of the NECBL, 23-25% of every team gets, or every roster gets drafted and plays professional baseball. That's pretty significant. And, to get your name and to have an opportunity to showcase yourself in front of the scouts and have those reports written improves your chances. So it's a big moment, and it's not the end all for these guys, but it definitely guarantees that they will get some additional attention and additional looks and some more eyeballs on them next year.
Now, I've been in the league since 2004, and I was waiting a long time to see Sanford Mariners get to host an all-star game at Goodall Park, and they got some of it going, and of course the game never got underway, but they had the home run derby, and everyone was there at least, but obviously it was sad to see the game rained out, and that happens, and you can't control the weather, but fingers crossed, looking good for a Sunday.
Yes, that was in my 3+ years as commissioner, obviously one of the worst moments of my time in the NECBL, to actually see an organization that's put so much time and effort into building an amazing organization. They do it as well as anybody in the country. And then to have all the scouts, all the fans, all the players there, and have Mother Nature win that battle was very unfortunate. Obviously, at the beginning of this week, late last week, I started looking at the forecast in Newport, saw some rain in the forecast, and kind of said a few prayers, I guess. Then fortunately got better as the week went on, and we're definitely in the clear for Sunday, which is wonderful.
Head to the home half of the third here. Max Ford will face off against 9-1-2 for the Gulls. Travis Young, Cole Fabio, and Troy Dixon. Young winning this one at 161. No homers, 8 RBI, a double and a triple. 10 walks through 28 games. Ford is out of the windup and making his first start of the season here tonight. First pitch is fastball cut on a miss for strike one.
And personally, what are you most looking forward to on Sunday?
The transition for me a couple years ago from general manager to commissioner was pleasant because I didn't have a horse in the race, which meant I can come here and watch these 18 competitors on the field, and I can truly just enjoy great plays by the shortstop there in the first inning. Obviously, if I was general manager for Newport, you don't really enjoy those great plays. So in my position, I have an opportunity to really just enjoy the talent that these players bring and showcase in the NECBL night in and night out. And again, if you're on the other side as general manager, you don't enjoy those great plays nearly as much.
0-2 pitches upstairs for ball one on Young. Leading things off here in the third. And the pitch from Ford. Swung on and missed, strike three. And that's the third strikeout, second consecutive for Max.
And an outstanding changeup there from Ford. He's done a nice job tonight pitching backwards, using the off-speed early in the count, and then mixing in the fastball when necessary.
Face off against the top of the order now, Cole Fabio. So it's one of the Gulls' 3 hits, all of them singles in the game. Fabio coming in at 262. The all-star shortstop will be reserved on Sunday. His no homers, 15 RBI. Leads the team with 28 hits. Takes the first pitch up high for ball one. Fabio and hitting 364 coming into this contest against the Waves. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike in the inside corner, and it's evened up on Cole. Mr. Commissioner, of course, you were general manager of the Northampton Steelcats for a long time, but prior to that, you were a player in this league as well, so you've really seen the league from every perspective possible.
I certainly have, and it's changed dramatically from my playing days in the mid-'90s in Danbury, where there were 5 teams in, say, Connecticut, and there weren't fan bases. Certainly not sponsorships and ticket sales. And then I had an opportunity to come back and coach after my playing days in the minors, and coached for 1 year in North Adams and 9 years as general manager. So I've definitely been I'm seeing all aspects of it, and I understand I understand what the players' motivation are when they come here and what they're looking to accomplish and achieve. And there's a purpose, there's a reason why they're here, and they all want to be future professionals, and this is a necessary step in the process, and player in their own personal development, both maturity-wise and physically. A lot of these players, whether they have success or failure, will go back to their college, and they will be certainly a better ball player, and they will also understand the game better and what they need to do to take themselves to the next level. From a coach, I understand the delicate balance of trying to win games, trying to do the best for your organization, trying to develop your entire roster of players. Try to keep guys healthy, make sure that you return them to their college program better than they were when they arrived. And so it's sophisticated in the summer. It's complicated.
This one is hit off the glove of the pitcher, Ford, who knocks it down, tries to throw from the ground over to first, not in time. It's going to be a hit, an infield single for Troy Dixon. So after Fabio lined to short, 2 away here, and Newport has their 4th hit of the ball game, and has a runner at first for Charlie Carpenter, who grounded out his last time.
It can be really difficult for a pitcher on ground balls up the middle. Some coaches say go after it, be an athlete. Others say you're not an athlete, let the middle infield get it. That time Ford probably would have been better off letting the second baseman Hess cut over. And Mr. Commissioner, you talked about it a little bit with the scouting and the exposure the players get, and it was talked about on the pregame show a little bit, but there's an interesting dynamic in the league where, let's say you look at Major League Baseball, right, and pitchers want to get their last start whenever it is before the All-Star break. If they miss the All-Star game, so be it. How does the All-Star game in the format that it is in this league, where it's a giant showcase, affect the week before and week after for the league, where pitchers are kind of holding off so they can pitch in the All-Star game?
When a pitch comes out inside and hits Carpenter, he'll take first, put men on at first and second.
Yeah, no, certainly. It's a great observation. The reality is that the NECBL, one of its main purposes and goals, besides being a great community asset and providing a fun, affordable family entertainment in our communities, is to give these players the opportunity to advance their future and their professional aspirations. And from the league's perspective, Major League Baseball helps fund the NECBL. They are one of our audiences, one of our clients that we try to serve and meet their needs, which is, we accommodate scouts while they're here, and we want to give them the opportunity to evaluate our best players in the NECBL, and so it certainly is a delicate balance, and certainly organizations, I think, they want the best for our ball players, so they'll work with them. They maybe shove them down after 4 or 5 innings and give them some rest, and I think it's the right that we owe for our players. And it's also an opportunity for us to showcase the best of the best to our scouts all in one location. So one of our measurements are how many draft picks. 98 guys this year, 98 alumni are playing professional baseball, came through NECBL. We want to eclipse 100, and if that's one of our goals, we want to make sure that we have the best of the best being showcased in front of our scouts.
2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled to the backstop. Dave Snyder at the plate, 1 for 1 in the game, singled his last time in the DH spot here tonight. The All-Star hitting .306, 2 homers, 6 RBI. And reminder, he will be appearing in the Home Run Derby representing the Newport Gulls here on Sunday. Bigger opportunity here for Newport. They have 2 men on for the second inning in a row as Ford deals with Carpenter at first, Dixon at second. 2 away in the third. A 0-0 game. The 2-1 pitch from Max Ford. Instead, he'll step off and steer the runners back.
It's been an interesting kind of game so far. Battenfield's been dominant, and it kind of seems like Ford's taking that bend-don't-break approach. So far, it's worked. We're still scoreless, but like you mentioned, a big-time opportunity for the All-Star Snyder.
Dangerous hitters here. Snyder, Brote, and Scott, all with home run power. 2 of the 3 All-Stars. Brote certainly could have been an All-Star. And it's always tough in this league. You only put 28, 29 on the roster, and there's so much talent around the NECBL.
Yeah, participating in those conference calls a week ago it's kind of difficult. There's coaches in there that are fighting for a player who is likely very deserving, and you're splitting hairs as far as that final vote. And we had several that have to go. We had a couple that went to a tie, and we had coaches speak more about them, and it's a peer vote, so one of the coaches on the other team had to make that decision on who was the most deserving, and it gets several positions were very, very close.
3-1 the count. The pitch on the ground right side. It's going to be scooped up by Upshur. He'll take himself to the bag, and that's the out. That retires the side. 3 unassisted. The Gulls strand a pair. They've left 4 on 4 hits through 3 innings. One final question for you before you go, Mr. Commissioner. What's the future hold for the NECBL? What could we see in the next couple of seasons? Any expansion or any big changes in the league?
The big changes will definitely be discussed in the offseason with all the general managers. This is a general manager-run league, so all 13 general managers, myself, will meet several times in the offseason, discuss the state of summer collegiate baseball, discuss our rosters, discuss facilities, the goals of the NECBL. Obviously we're very happy with the results of our new expansion team this year, the Upper Valley Nighthawks in Hartford, Vermont, outside Dartmouth.
Yeah, Noah Crane's done a great job up there.
Exactly. The community has really bought into it. They're averaging 500-600 fans a night. Well, the team has been in second place at time. They're kind of trending down right now, but as we all know, one swing, one hot streak, and you're right back in it. So we've been very happy with that this year, and we always want to make sure our teams are going to be the best that they can be and be sustainable. But we, as we've talked about in the past, we evaluate other communities, other interests. Summer collegiate baseball is a very, very attractive industry right now around the country. There's new leagues popping up. There's new teams popping up, and certainly we have interest and inquiries that we monitor and evaluate. And if we ever feel that there's a community that would be like Newport, or another community that would be like Keene or Montpelier, and there's baseball people who we feel that could bring value to the NECBL, we're open for it. It's amazing what it does in the community for our 13 scenic New England communities. To add a 14th wouldn't hurt my feelings. But we want to make sure that the talent doesn't suffer, and that somebody's in a position to recruit another elite roster that's filled with future professionals. And that combination of community and baseball is what I believe has made the NECBL one of the best summer collegiate baseball leagues in the country.
Sean McGrath, Commissioner of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Mr. Commissioner, thanks for joining us. We'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. We'll see you at the reception tomorrow night and here at the All-Star Game Sunday.
Looking forward to it.